And welcome back to 10th Man on the Bench podcast. I'm your host, Willis Love. And today we got a special episode and I got a special panel on today. So fellas, we got a good one. We got the executive producer on today. So introduce yourself, brother man.
Hey, it's your boy CJ. I'm back. Ready to work.
Okay, Rome, introduce yourself. Let the people know what's up.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy 3AM. What is up?
Hey.
What's up, y'all? You know, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Hey, Dev, introduce yourself, man.
You guys got some nice intros. I'm the simple guy. The boring. What's going on, everyone?
and we back today with a very special episode. We're gonna recap All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend happened over the weekend. There was a lot of interesting takes from different NBA players, a lot of different opinions. Draymond Green had some comments, KD, you know, a lot of things happened over the weekend. So fellas, what did you guys think of All-Star Weekend, man? Let me know what's up.
In its totality, I think honestly it wasn't as bad as everybody made it seem. Only because, like, if you really think about it, Adam Silver did try to make it somewhat better. I didn't really agree with the 40-point thing. And I definitely was not a big fan of the fact that it was 2 hours and 26 minutes worth of commercial and only 33 minutes of basketball time. That was nuts to me. I'll never understand that. But for the most part, I mean, it was entertaining, you know, and like not for nothing. It really just felt like a work weekend for NBA players. So like it was vacation time. So yeah, but other than that though, like just a takeaway that one did make sense, you know, saying what Draymond was saying, right? People that's like first time All-Stars, like Tyler Hero, Jalen Williams, you know,
Cade Cunningham,
you know what I'm saying? Having to share the floor with rising stars at the All-Star game is kind of disrespectful because it's like, bro, like, you know, you're working mad hard to get to this point to now not really feel like it's truly yours. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the stripe, yeah, but like technically you play with rising stars in the All-Star game, and it's kind of like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the games is only 40, so it's like, you know, you can't really go in your bag and show your full repertoire because you only got 40 and you only probably have 2 points out of that depending on who city it's in. Like it showed, it was Steph City, so he got to take most of the shots. He gonna do most of what he want to do because it's his city. So I mean, yeah, I just think it was a slap in the face to the new guys, but
facts.
Everything else though kind of like was cool. Like the dunk contest was cool, but the 3-point shooting contest was cool. You know what I'm saying? I was appreciative of that because my boy won. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tyler Hero bring it back home.
You feel me?
Yo, but just to backtrack what you were saying, what Draymond Green said, right? Like I agree in the whole totality. Like I just feel like it's like you earn that right to be on the court with them, right? Like it shouldn't be rising stars on the court with the All-Stars who earn the right to be there because they work their butts off to be there. So it's like you guys getting a chance to share the light with them. Yeah. It's like I get what the NBA tried to do is like shine the light on the newer stars coming up, but you got to earn that spot. Because then what about the snubs? Why didn't they just put the snubs on one team?
And then it's exactly like have an all-star snub team. It'd have been fire to see that.
Yeah, just put them all on one team.
It'd have been fire.
Have an additional 200 minutes of commercials.
That's serious. And then like even so, like last minute for LeBron, who injured, but he not gonna give up his spot. I respect that because it's like, bro, I'm. This is my 22nd year being an all-star, and you gonna hit me with some bullshit?
Nah, I'm
not doing this. I'm not doing this. Like, no, like what? Like, I'm not doing this, bro. And then,
well, CJ, how do you feel about that? Like LeBron sitting out last minute too. Like he sat out last minute. Like him and Ant-Man. Let's not just say LeBron. Ant-Man did the same thing too.
100%. And like I feel like the All-Star game in general is kind of like went down, and I think a lot of it is diva like behavior going on with the All-Star. So me personally, I don't mind the rising stars coming into it and applying pressure to these, quote unquote All-Stars that come in, or that like kind of more or less like they're going to get the votes to be in those positions, but to see how like some of them like don't really value it. It's like we got some young cats that's hungry that want to get to that spot that are willing to work for it. So I say put them in there and put the pressure on them.
Did you see that game though with the Rising Stars versus the OGs? That game was kind of close. It was kind of close. I was a little like, what the?
I was like,
yo, Dev. It was kind of too close for comfort for me.
It was. It was, because it was like that pick and pop was insane, and then McGowan's like he was like kind of like
nobody was stopping the pick and pop at all.
Yeah,
at all. It was like
they couldn't. First of all, they couldn't do nothing with Dalton Connect. I'm sorry.
I was just about to say that Connect was wilding. He was wilding.
Dalton Connect and Stephon Castle on that pick and roll, like really couldn't do nothing with him. And then you got Keontae George, like. I like Keontae George. Like he's an aggressive point guard. So don't get me wrong. Like I would love to see him out of Utah. I would love to see every point guard out of Utah. Get him out of there.
But you know what though? You know what I will say? The biggest difference between the Rising Stars and the OGs, you could see it pure as day.
It's a big difference for sure.
Is the efficiency and the shots they take, right? Like the OGs was only taking shots they know they're gonna make. They're not trying stuff
they're not
out.
Bearing out. They're not on the island pulling. They were doing their job, but that it shows because of their maturity. So.
Yeah. I mean, even so, like you said, with the OGs and how they took their shots, like we all knew if Dame had the ball in that last possession, he was going to a sidestep three. Literally sidestep three, game time. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, if you even look at how like you see how the floor opened up for him, right? On that last play, you see how the floor opened wide open for him. He like, oh, I bet. Step, boom.
Wait, do you think it opened up wide like that because they want to see Dame do that move, or you think it was just opened up wide because he's that ill?
I think they opened it up because it would have made, if the OGs would have lost, it would have been bad, but it would have been good. It would have been bad, but it would have been good, because if you look at the spacing that he had, first of all, he's like 30 feet away from the line. Then he gets the double. He gets the double. He in and out to the side, and then he got about 3 seconds to get that shot up. And then, mind you, there's a one wing defender on the side. I think Dalton Connect was on the side, and then it was Keontae George right there to step up from his other side to get up there. But you would, for him to close out his shot, they would have to like kind of like damn near hurt him by accident. But you don't want to do that. But
not in an All-Star game, nah.
Right, and then so it's like you live or die with the fact that Dame already had took maybe 4 or 5 shots prior to that and missed. So it's like, all right, like, well, what's one more? But like, it's Damian Lillard, bro. Like,
yeah, and don't miss the shot, kind of
right. And then it's like, like you don't want Damian Lillard to not make the shot, or you want him to not miss the shot. Like, it's an All-Star weekend, you know what I'm saying? And then like again, like I said to Kev, I'm like, yo, it'd be fire if they did like nations versus nations, like Canada versus the United States. And that's exactly what we basically got. Like, we got a nation of the world versus the United States players all together, because you think about it, Chuck team was a bunch of overseas players. So like that was just it was written that way. Like they wanted to see that, because they wanted to get that Olympic feel that they had from the Olympics, because that was just that I think that was one of the best basketball games I've ever witnessed as an adult, like the Olympic game. So if they could get that feel in the All-Star game, that would be insane.
I think for me, the Olympics last year was definitely one of the best competitive games for sure. As far as like the world is catching up for real. Right? They always say that every year in the Olympics. Oh, we're catching up. But this year it was like legit. Like they caught up.
Even when they play Puerto Rico, then they play Spain. Greece was always like it's just like whoa. And now you see these other teams like, yo, hold up, bro. Like
Because even South Sudan,
Yeah,
it took LeBron's heroics for them to
yeah,
pull that out.
LeBron had to put on that cake for sure.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
They son, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was a bunch of yeah. They was like, son, nah, they was literally dead running off like straight fuel from the sun, son. I don't care, bro. They was not tired. Like they
Especially, speaking of that, the Olympics. Did you guys actually watch Court of Gold yet
not
on
yet.
Netflix?
No, I didn't see that.
So Netflix has a new documentary about the Olympics, and it's behind the curtain of like all the different teams. So they had like France, Serbia, Greece. Like everybody was talking behind the scenes about the anticipation of America. They was like, "Yo, you know, we happy they bringing their whole team. We want to play the best players." Guys is talking about Jokic, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Canada being back there for the first time, and it's a really good documentary. I should definitely check it out. It's like 6 episodes, and it's like
Netflix.
exclusive interviews from like Barack Obama, Steph Curry,
Wow.
Steve Kerr,
Big names.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks, KD, AD, Bam Adebayo. It was mad people on there. It was definitely dope. Check it out if y'all. Yeah, check it out, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch that.
At least I got something to binge on this weekend.
Yeah. Check it out. That was crazy, man. Definitely crazy. But yo, Los, man. So, just touching back on All-Star Weekend, I just want to go back, Los and Dev. Mac McClung, man, 3P. Nasty 3P too. Woo.
That first that hurl over the car was nasty to me. That was nasty.
Sinister.
And I'm saying it because it's not like we haven't seen people jump over a car and dunk before, but he's my height doing that, and he did it like you damn near did a split over the guy and tucked it backwards. Like, that was impressive to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it was just straight. It was nasty. It was nasty because like not for nothing. I was just talking to somebody on Facebook about it, and I'm like, all right, I get it. Did you watch the dunk contest? They're like, nah, I've seen highlights of it. I said you had to
Man,
watch
you gotta
what was
watch the dunk
happening.
contest.
I said because it was a difference to watching a highlight versus actually just watching it. Like he did that first attempt.
First go.
Like, bro, time out, son. Like he jumped over the sunroof, caught it, back scratcher.
And if you know, like if you notice, he ain't like push off to get that extra lift. He jumps that high.
He jumped that high.
high.
And the crazy part about it, he has hang time. He slowed down. And it's like, bro, and then like I was telling somebody, I'm like, they got upset, like, oh, like, he just kind of like recycled dunks. I'm like, it don't matter if he recycled dunks. I said, I'm like, you gotta look at how he did this. I said, and then y'all getting mad at his competition. I'm like, bro, it's the player's fault. They're not participating. So if you get a whole bunch of rookies thrown in there because you see them having fire highlights during in game, they got their team surrounding them. So like, yo, go ahead, go off, bull. But then like. Right, but then it's like you there in front of all them lights, everybody looking at you. You done practice these dunks. You like, you know what I'm saying? Because Montes Buzelis, he could dunk. He's a dunker, but he literally had a terrible dunk contest. You know what I'm saying? Then the other kid from the Bucks, he can dunk. Terrible dunk contest.
You know why? Because they're getting all of these in-game dunkers. Like they're not like dunk contest dunkers.
No, like they want to put it on somebody's head. I'm not gonna hold
you. They want to hit one of these.
I'm gonna stuff you in the basket. I'm not gonna hold you, Stephon Castle. That 360. If he did, bro, he did one more spin. That would have been crazy with the left.
One more spin would have been nasty too.
Steph Castle, to me, he has potential to be a dunk contest dunker.
Yeah,
I think he needs to practice.
Yeah, he needs to practice, and I feel like a lot of people are getting like kind of just intimidated by the gimmicks of it. Like they don't want to do all that shit. Like they don't want to pull a car out, jump over somebody. They want to do it traditionally. Like I want a windmill, alley 360. They want to do that kind of stuff.
And Kev, I agree with you. They want to do that, but in this day and age where the average dunk contest like participant, I think the average vert is like almost 40 on average. So if you do a windmill, it's gonna look like, oh, a windmill. But now we want to see something. You gotta do that windmill from the foul line, like Zach, right? He threw it through the leg. So if you're gonna do a windmill, it got to be something like impressive. I better
Mhm.
see half your torso over the rim for me to count that as a, oh, this is a windmill now. Like you got to
Yeah.
up the stakes. That's why they throw the props in. That's why they do all of these. I mean, do the 720 windmill.
Back
Let
scratcher.
me see that.
Do
That'd be
the
cool.
impossible.
Yeah,
Right.
do something new.
But
You know,
it's just still like, you think about it like this for the dunk contest and the situation. Mac McClung won 3 times. He three-peated in first time. So like crazy, mind you. Pat Riley got paid for that. So let's talk, like, that's another conversation to have.
Mhm.
But it's just the fact that he three-peated and he doesn't even have an NBA team.
you know, and that, I think that's somewhat impressive. Like
That's disgusting. That's
I ain't gonna hold
disgusting.
you. Give him some minutes. Let him
Dev,
because
he's in the G. He's in the G. He's not on the NBA
I
roster.
get
So it's
him
like,
get him
no,
some minutes on a
he
roster.
needs he needs a contract. He needs a 3-year. Give him 3 years, 80 million. Let him chill out and make his money because he's a guard that can really do what he got to do. Like now, if you want to put him in Utah, he'd be crazy in
Yeah,
Utah.
put
You
him
know
in
what's
Utah.
crazy? He made more money from the dunk contest than his
Then his
actual
career.
NBA
Career,
career.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
But I
It's
mean that
crazy.
that just goes to show, like like he's the true definition of no crumbs left on the table.
Hmm.
You like, oh, you give me that.
Yeah,
Give me that.
You know what
Take
was even more impressive? Every dunk was the first attempt. That's disgusting, bro.
it was only two. He missed one attempt on a second dunk, but
second one.
still, it was still like scratch that. Yeah, all three was first attempt to me because it was nobody better than him. It was
Disgusting, bro.
not gonna lie, like when he
Disgusting.
when he did the John with the hoverboard and the ladder, I said, yo, he different, bro. He different.
Disgusting, bro. Different.
I thought he was gonna do the Aragorn under the legs.
I thought he was going
Boom.
wild out too.
But it was still wild because he jumped up there, dunked the first one off the ladder, but then
One,
came
two.
in. Boom. I'm like,
Bro, he jumped
oh,
over the guy, grabbed the ball, hit the front of the rim, then dunked the ball.
that was
Nah.
nasty.
Two hands.
He jumped
Two
over
hands.
Evan. No. Hold on. Let's not forget. He jumped over Evan Mobley, holding the ball up on top
On top of a
of a
platform.
stanchion, like a platform.
Mhm.
Son, you made him 7'3", and you jumped over him, bro.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Yo,
Los, what you feel about that, man? What you thinking on that, man? That was
Yeah,
crazy, man.
I say running back for a fourth because like no one's entering like that. The dunk contest is his at this point. So, I mean, I love his creativity. Like he got bounced. So I love to see him work.
So did you see that John Morant tweeted out, yo, all right, it's time for us the stars to get back in. So
Uh,
how
Who said
y'all
it?
feel about
Who
the
said it?
stars getting back in?
They should have been in, not been back in. They should have been in. Like
Hmm.
yeah,
these stars, like John Morant, I think is probably one of my favorite players over the last year or so. And I've just been watching him, just watching how he moves. I love how he attacks, but the way he attacks, he's jumping as though nobody's there. He obviously he wants to catch a body, but he jumps like, oh, I'm I could dunk and I could jump. If he could get in the dunk contest and apply his jumping ability with some creativity, I would love to see Anthony Edwards too.
I was
Get
about to
in
say.
there and do that. Like that would be get these stars back in there because at the end of the day, if y'all gonna just send Mac in for a fourth peat, let's go to these guys who practice dunking for a living. Like they got Channel Isaiah Rivera. Like these guys can jump and they do stuff. I think Isaiah Rivera got like 50-inch vertical, 50 plus inch vertical, and he's doing tricks. He's not just jumping high. He's doing tricks. So if you gonna let Mac get a three-peat, invite these guys who's looking to broaden their horizon against these quote NBA players because the NBA stars aren't performing.
Yeah, I think I feel the same, bro. I mean, not for nothing, like these outside trick dunkers would be crazy to have in the All Star game too. But at the same token, if you really want the All Star game to be back to how it used to be, get these stars to play. You know what I'm
Work
saying?
them
These
in there.
stars,
Yep.
they need
Get
to
them
like.
in
I
there.
feel like right. Like I feel like it should be in a contract to at least perform in the All Star weekend in a contest. If you're not an All Star, obviously, right? Or if you're even if you're an All Star, because bro, like your job is based on this. You know what I'm saying? Like
Entertainment.
right.
Entertainment.
Like
Yeah.
your job is based on this, bro. Like y'all worrying about trades and who gonna have the new casino and what team is coming, yada yada yada. Because we all know the Luca trade is based around putting a casino in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't gamble in Dallas. By law they can't. So they're
That's
trying to
wild.
figure out a way to gamble in Dallas. So my thing is this: like, why not get your money's worth, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, either dunk for the bread or dunk to put it towards a charity. You know what I'm saying? Like,
At
everybody
the
love
bare
the kid,
minimum.
right? Everybody love the kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go out there. I'm a dunk and put it towards this charity. I'm a dunk and put it towards that charity, or I'm a dunk and put it towards this, for this research or whatever the case may be. Because at the end of the day, you're not just entertaining us adults. You're entertaining the next generation of kids that come up behind you because they in college and high school going down crazy. You like, oh my goodness, like wow. And they get to the NBA and be like, I don't gotta do this for the bread no more. Like I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think like they gotta really put that incentivize that better for one, the players, two, and they gotta really understand that this is a cultural thing because you don't want this to die, and then you'll be mad later down the line, like, dang, like we should have really stepped up and been, part of this because this is the NBA. Like, you don't want the NBA to turn into something that's foreign, and it's like,
Right.
bro, no.
Just
Since
bring
when did
it
it
back how
become
it used to be.
uncool though? I'm always trying to like when did it become uncool to
Load
not be in the
management,
dunk contest?
I don't
load
Because people
management.
understand.
saying
Le-
LeBron
LeBron made it uncool.
made it uncool, you
LeBron
know?
Because he
definitely made it
was
uncool.
he's the guy. He is the face. He's the logo right now, right? And so
Right.
when he don't perform and don't engage, everybody else be like, all right, cool. And partially in part as a competitor NBA player, let's say somebody like KD, he like, oh, I'm just as nice as LeBron. I don't gotta play. I don't gotta do that. Like these guys who could jump, if they see LeBron not doing it, they won't do it. So I think he should have at least led in that way where he said, all right, I did it once. Whether you
Question.
lost, won, they could have rigged it so that he could win. But at the end of the
Mhm.
day, he should have at least participated. And then this whole fever
Yeah.
wouldn't have been in play.
Do you
Question.
think the go ahead, Ron, because I got a question too. I got
Yeah.
a good question too.
I mean, and mine's is random though, but like,
Mhm.
see, like my thing is just like because say LeBron messed it up, but then it's like the players that's not his status should have done it then, and they was like better dunkers too. Like for example, like I don't know, and please quote me if I'm wrong, but a dunker like J.R. Smith, he should have been in a dunk contest. Dunkers like James Johnson, he should be in the dunk contest.
100%.
Like players like that, like you like, yo, I know you got bunnies. Like, Wilson Chandler Parsons, like I know y'all got bunnies, but you like y'all the
I
same
think
one.
J Part did one. I think Chandler Parson did one.
Chandler,
We might have to
no,
research that. We might
that
have to
wasn't
double
Chandler
check that.
Parsons. That was I know you're talking about he did the white man can't jump dunk. He played for Utah. Dang, everybody from Utah. I got a problem with Utah at this point. but
You gotta
he did.
start betting on them teams,
I'm
man.
telling you, so I'm telling you, Utah gonna make a big run. But I know you're talking about Chase Budinger. His name was Chase Budinger. He was in the dunk contest. Um, but yeah, like it's just like yo, bro, like y'all also too fit in the same bunch. Like y'all could have came and played in the dunk contest also too. Like what's up? Like y'all just
You
blame it on the
Do y'all
stars.
think it's a branding issue now? Because the big stars now hold big brand contracts that if somebody of LeBron's stature loses to Mac McClung, it could tarnish his brand. Do
no,
you think that could be it or
no.
He don't got a brand as a dunker. I'm
He's not a
sorry.
dunker. And even if he lost to Mac, so
Right. It's
that's
LeBron.
LeBron. Who
Right.
cares?
Like he's
People
not
want
a
to
dunk
see him in
contest
the.
dunk.
They just want to. They want to see him in the dunk contest. I promise you, he could do a finger roll layup dunk, like,
Yeah,
and people gonna be like 50, like,
right.
they-
Even because he's 40.
oh my
So if
god,
LeBron competes in the dunk contest next year and he wins, he's the GOAT.
That
stop,
Nah,
see, that's
stop,
look.
stop, let's
I just
stop.
asking.
I
I'm just
was I
asking.
was I
no.
was thinking about that because like with
41, bro.
I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah,
41, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not
41.
going.
He
So
beats Mac McClung at 41. Nah, not trying to hear nothing.
no, he. I was. This is what you're saying.
That's insane.
Because he old and won a dunk contest. That's the pivotal ticker to make him
That's
Yeah.
the
GOAT.
that's the deciding factor. He's the
Yeah.
GOAT.
Yo, I said, Dad, keep it a buck, bro. You enter a dunk contest right now, and you win. You the GOAT. You can
Me.
nobody
Yo,
can tell
sign
you
me up
nothing.
next year. Sign me up next year.
Bro,
You know,
nobody
have my
can't tell
40
you
and first.
nothing, bro.
All right, so
at our ages right now, if any
Look.
one of us the dunk contest and win and be like, all right, bro, it's nothing nobody can say to me in the world. I
I'm
don't
not
care.
gonna hold you, Rome. If I sign up, if they called me for the dunk contest, if they just called me, whether I go in or don't go, if they call me, everybody has to declare me to go, just cause.
Yo, they called Dad for the dunk contest. He the GOAT. I'll go in there and be a dunk
That's
coach because the
Sports
dunk
Center.
coach is just kind of booty. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo,
They missing them passes off the backboard and
they did him
God,
guilty, bro. They
let
did
me
him.
ask y'all. Let
Like,
me
yo,
ask y'all
you
something,
messing up my
fellas.
tries.
go ahead, Los. Go
Let me
ahead.
ask y'all something, fellas. So, does the dunk contest add to your legacy
Yes.
if you win?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a trophy. It's a
Yeah.
I would say
It's-
yes.
There's two individuals in the GOAT conversation that have a trophy,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and there's one that don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
it's
But
just an asterisk.
but that could go the other way too, right? Because there's three individuals that he's speaking on right now, but LeBron has trophies they don't have neither, and it goes vice versa too. Like defensive players, like Jordan got a couple, LeBron has none, but LeBron has the first NBA cup, so it's a lot of like you could go tit for tat
My
with
man
that.
said
The
NBA Cup.
first NBA Cup.
First
my man,
NBA
when
Cup.
did they create that?
You know the little mid-season tournament, the Lakers.
Now he
When
got
did
the
they
first
create that?
time out gang. He got the NBA Cup and he got the bubble in season cup too.
Yeah, and he got the Olympic. He got the
Stop,
Olympic
guys. Stop,
MVP.
stop, guys.
Yeah.
They're creating new. That's like, oh, you graduated kindergarten. Here's a diploma. Stop.
I mean, the way that the world is going, bro, your kids gonna come out with a degree after kindergarten, bro.
So, and this is what I mean. See, but didn't what's the name who just won the cup this year? Wasn't it the Bucks?
yeah,
Nobody ain't say nothing when the Bucks win it. It's all good. Yo, the Bucks. Yo,
Nah,
that's
they was-
lit.
you know
That's
what's
lit.
The
LeBron win it. Oh, they giving him another whatever. Nah.
I wasn't on
LeBron
that
killed.
bandwagon.
Wait,
I wasn't
hold
on
on.
that bandwagon.
Hold on, wait,
I
but
didn't
the-
care about the cup. It was just like, oh, it was a good game. That's it for me. I didn't care
Nah,
about the cup.
but look,
Those
the
are new.
story-
Yeah, my fault, wrong.
No, you're good. But I was trying to say, like, the story was really based around Darvin Ham, though.
It was.
The
He
story
won both. He won both
Darvin
cups.
Ham. He won both.
He won both cups. He nice, dog.
They didn't care about
Yes, he
Giannis
is
all
nice.
day.
Yes,
And it was
he
like,
is
yo,
nice.
Darvin Ham is a two-time champion. And I'm like, bro, what? I don't care.
Also too, just to keep going on the LeBron bandwagon, LeBron he got the Olympic MVP at 39. That's all I'm gonna say.
He damn sure
Look,
did.
LeBron
That's
is
crazy.
elite. LeBron is
That's
elite.
crazy.
But we're not going to just say, oh, he's the GOAT because we created 5 new no frills accolades to get
And no, we can't say it's no frills. It count.
But Dev, look what you're saying, Dev. You created 5 new no frills accolades. 5 new no frills accolades. He was 35.
Right.
Like, he was still mad old. Like,
So
that's
can
crazy.
I give Jordan a trophy because he has the most 40-point games?
Yeah, you can, but I mean, he doesn't have the most points.
And LeBron had a All-Star trophy at 32. So what are we saying here, bro?
Look, I'm not saying anything except we're not going to talk about GOAT conversation if Michael Jordan is not the GOAT. That's it.
A and B, 1A, 1B, or whatever.
Right.
It's whatever. It's whatever. You know, We love Jordan too. You know, we grew up on Jordan too. We love
Look,
Jordan too. I just feel like
watch,
you know,
like the reason why I play basketball is because I watch Jordan. So that's always going to be my first pick.
half of our favorite players that we like play basketball because they watch Jordan.
Right. Like,
You know, D Wade, my favorite player. Jordan is still his GOAT. And he played with LeBron. You know,
Ray Allen had the Boldy, Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He had that Jordan deal. It was over. Like, I was just like, oh, I was infatuated with Ray Allen the way he could shoot. After that, I was like, I want to shoot just like Ray.
Mm-hmm.
you know, but there's to me, I'm more intrigued with the argument of there's generational GOATs for sure. Because you can't be
Each
like
generation has their now.
Yeah.
When we say GOAT, we're not saying GOAT as the acronym is meant to send out, like, oh, of all time. We're not saying it like that.
Yeah.
I think if we're having a dialogue about greatest of all time within the generation,
Yeah,
LeBron is the GOAT over the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah, easily.
And I love Kobe.
But yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, he dominated. In that
and
era.
I understand how hard that is to say because I love D Wade. And once my boy says LeBron is the best player, I'm cooked. I can't say like if he's saying it out his mouth, I can't say anything. And I would argue for days with people. I'm like, yo, what? D Wade used to.
Argument. I got no argument.
I mean, it is footage out that LeBron. I mean, Kobe was locking LeBron up in an All-Star game, and then every time they did match up, he was having like a hard night. But I mean, still at the same token, like
so Kobe was the GOAT in his generation.
Yeah, I'm about to say
after the Kobe era was like going down, LeBron was the next generation.
And just to go back to what Roman was saying about the Kobe thing, Kobe definitely had some moments where he locked LeBron up, but LeBron has the winning record over Kobe. It's 16-6.
Yeah.
So you know the numbers don't lie. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. But I'm glad we all feel passionate about it. Los, ain't you a LeBron fan, but you a Boston fan? What's going on, man?
Michael Jordan.
I have a thought.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Look, we started to talk about slam dunk contests. He got a trophy. Kobe got a trophy. LeBron ain't got a trophy.
Oh man.
So I think if so, Lois, let me ask you if LeBron gets a trophy, we can have a conversation then.
We can start talking. The age thing, it don't really work for me, right? Because he's a machine. Like, yes,
he's a machine.
You're gonna have more points if you play 1,000 years, you know, more than other people.
That's not true. That's not true. Dirk Nowitzki played 20 seasons. Tim Duncan played a long time. Kobe Bryant played a long time. They don't got more points. Vince Carter's not true. You got to average 20 plus.
Vince Carter played until he was 40.
Like
40, yeah.
How many people played that many seasons? How many people played that many seasons?
I think it was 7 or 8.
And of the 7, let's say 8. Of the 8, LeBron is the top by a landslide.
Landslide.
Wow. He averaged
landslide, bro.
At 40, bro.
Landslide. I don't even think. I think Dirk averaged like 7 points in his 20 season.
So that's what I mean about him. He's within his generation, and I'm gonna say I'm not gonna count the generation 20 years. I'm gonna say generation 10 years. Within his generation, he is the GOAT.
Yeah. When you look at how many games he's actually missed, like he's always on. You know, he had some some load management here and there. He might, he had a couple, issues with his ankle and his feet sometimes, but he's not missing more than 20, maybe more than 30 games.
And that's crazy because like you said, Los, he's a he's the Terminator. Like, how is it that you 40 still playing that many games, and when you do get injured, it's like you shake it off. Whatever you're doing, I need that. LeBron, please.
Like, word, son, shed some blood or something, bro.
I'm 40 like you. We the same age. Please,
like, word, bro.
Just a little bit of what you got. Maybe I can get a 32-inch vertical in like 2 days.
Word, son, like word, like give me something, bro. Like I think it's kind of insane though to really think about it because LeBron really has like tapped into a superhuman ability. Like it's like you look young, Well, except for the fact that
All right, chill. Bro. Chill. I just asked him for something. LeBron,
Right,
know
LeBron.
this man.
If you watching this, if you ever watch this, we love you, big dog. I don't know where he was
I love
going
you
with that.
too. I love you too. But I'm just saying, bro. I just think you need to tell him to stop giving you a baldy every time they put you on the TV, bro. You don't have a baldy, bro. Respect the hairline, gang, bro. When they show him on the TV for LeBron, it was a picture of LeBron with a baldy in his Lakers jersey. I said they are unbelievable. Like, why does man have a bald head?
Yo, that's a light Caesar. Chill, bro.
That was a light
That's a
season.
light Caesar.
Son got a
Chill,
back-
bro.
That's the half. It's not a 0. It's not a 1. It's a half.
Hold on. Speaking of OGs, real quick, let's just circle back to the All-Star game. Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama try to do some bullshit.
Yes.
They try to do some bullshit.
Yo,
Hey, my man CP3 want to win. Okay,
Dude,
Give me the
I
dub.
want to win.
He said we need the fastest time. Bet. Through all the shots. They said, nah, bruh. Y'all disqualified. What?
He really tried it though. Like you gotta respect. He tried to use his vets.
Mhm.
He's crazy. Why would you do that, bro? And then embarrass Victor like that? Come on, man. Like that is so sorry, yo. That is terrible. of you.
Now, if that was Castle and Victor, they would have shot that ball, though, right? That's
They would've
crazy.
like, yeah.
Chris Paul's like, nah, we're not gonna shoot. We're just gonna throw the balls. We're gonna pass it through the little rim thing, and then we're gonna win.
Right.
It was like, nah,
Nah,
hear the rules.
done.
Read the rules.
Mhm.
You done for the
done.
night. You done.
Good night.
Good night. It's crazy. Tyler Hero brings a 3-point trophy to Miami, the Starry Trophy. What we thinking, man? Lit? Not lit? What's up?
I love that. I love that,
Hero.
man.
That was good.
My man, 14, bringing it home.
Mm-hmm. All-Star this year, too. Crazy.
Fact. That's a
Crazy.
fact.
He predicted it, too. He said he was going to be an All-Star, too.
That's
Mhm.
a baller.
Mhm.
2 years earlier. 2 years
That's a
earlier.
baller's
Mhm.
mentality for sure.
That man said, I'm gonna be an all-star. And then now it's just like you see he got the green light from Pat Riley. So
Mhm.
like now it's just like you got the green light, this your team. You know what I'm
Goes.
saying? Bam is like, yo, I'm rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? So like now
Got
it's
the
just like,
support, yeah.
yeah, like you got the city on your back now for real. Like you feel me? Like now it's I love this for Tyler for real because now you get to really see him step into being a man for the team, like being the guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the post Jimmy Butler era, we're gonna figure out what that's gonna be like by next season. We're gonna see what that's gonna be like. But for this season, and I don't expect us to make a deep run in the playoffs or even make it to the playoffs, really, honestly. But I'm really excited to see what Miami is gonna do the next 2 or 3 seasons down the line.
Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all feel like the newer All-Stars, for me, it just feel like they're missing the it factor, like that makes them, how like Ant-Man has that, like, he next, like Ant-Man, he up next. I feel like a lot of the younger dudes don't have that, like, I don't know, like that star power. It's just weird. Like, I don't know, man.
I feel like that's a shot. I feel like you taking a shot at my boy, but
Who
So you saw.
I feel like you're taking a shot at my boy.
who we talking about?
You talking about JT?
Oh, no. He's not in that class. He's in like the Giannis class.
Mhm.
I'm talking about like the younger, like the Cades, the Tyler Heroes,
Yeah,
the newer.
but I don't think, and this might be a little controversial. I don't think they got what Ant-Man has. Like the skill set Ant-Man has, I don't think they got it. Physically, like even the elements of the game, like the artistic, the way he moves and how Ant-Man actually plays like a professional and he's going hard. He wants to be that guy. So I don't think a lot of them is on it. They're just like, oh, we're in NBA, we cool, we doing this. And so I don't think that's gonna be something that we're gonna see within the next 2 years unless they mature quickly.
Right. Because remember when, like, in the 90s, right, after Jordan left, right, we had Kobe, Iverson, T-Mac,
They were
Shaq.
going in. They was like, I want to be that guy.
Right. We had like Vince Carter. They had the
Thing.
I want to watch them play. Like, they had that. Like, I want to watch them play. The new guys is kind of like, Like they don't. Yeah, it's like it's cool, but it's not. It's
You
not.
know what it
You
is?
know.
It's just they don't have the personality right now. Because it was funny because Kevin Hart cooked Tyler Hero. He said, "Yeah, you could tell the cameras don't talk to him a lot," and it was kind of evident because he really didn't have much to say. But it was like, well, dang, like you think about it, like you an all-star and like, the lights is brightest on you in this moment. You should be like, walking with your, what I'm saying, like letting them hang, drag on the floor, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But the energy wasn't given that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it could be for the fact of how the format did it for them, you know what I'm saying? Because they could have just felt like, yo, this is bogus. Like this is not an all-star game weekend, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but if they if they come back, I'm saying the same new All Star players come back next season, and if the format is back to normal, East versus West, then we might see a bit of a difference. You know what I'm saying? Especially if like they run it in a way like, oh, whoever wins get home court advantage type situation. Then I'm gonna really be out there popping my junk. I would be doing that because like now
But do you
I got
feel like? Do you feel like it's like? And I don't know. I'm just want to ask y'all this. Do you feel like the because of sports medicine, right? Older players are playing longer and better. Do you feel like they're not taking the torch fast enough, like how it was before? Like when Jordan left,
Mhm.
everybody
Before
was like,
Jordan left, before
yeah,
Jordan
before
left, they were
actually
still
before,
trying.
yeah, everybody was like kind of trying to like, yo, I'm taking that. Now it's kind of like because the older players are playing longer and they're still good, it's harder to like take it from them. Like KD is still nice. Steph
yeah,
Curry could give you
They
50 any night.
and
LeBron is come on, man.
he's doing it.
yeah,
I think what I'm seeing is I think I heard one of them NBA players say on like one of them interviews. They like we friends. We friends. Back in the day, Jordan, they were not friends. They were not cool. I think it was Dwayne Wade. He was like, yeah, we too cool. We real cool with each other, but Isaiah still mad at Jordan. Like I think that's probably partially in part why they don't have that drive because they still friendly, like, oh, what's up? Hey, and high fiving each other. Like I think that's partially, but and it's cool to be friendly, but when you're on the court, y'all gotta be like dogs.
yeah,
Like,
That's
see what Ant-Man last year in the playoffs when they played against the Suns,
mhm.
cooked KD.
yeah.
And
And
that's
he's
his
trying to cook
all-time
them.
favorite player. He
He's
said, I'm
trying
here
to
to
cook them.
cook you. I'm here to cook you. You
On
know,
the
we
court. I
cool.
don't like you.
Right. We cool, but I'm here to cook you. And I feel like a lot of people just not
They missed that.
doing that with their
Mhm.
their
Rivals.
Yeah.
stars and their rivals. It's like they're not trying to
It's not
cook.
enough of them. It's not enough rivals.
Yeah, it's just not.
Like
Yeah,
you gotta
that's
have beef with somebody. Like in the NBA, like you gotta have beef with somebody. Like on the court, it's smoke. Like I don't want to talk to you. Like bro, what? I'm running your mouth right now. And then
That's
after
it.
that, hey bro, let's get a beer. Like, you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But it's not that no more.
So do you guys think Stephen Curry's 2025 All-Star Game MVP matters?
No, no,
In
I don't think
regards to
so.
what? As like as a
No,
basketball player?
Like as his legacy, like just adding to his.
Legacy, accolades, anything. Do
no,
you because of the disgrace of the All-Star Game this
yes,
year and last year, he won MVP this year. Do you think it matters?
no, because it
Nah,
was 40 points.
he's cemented. He's cemented already. And like
Yeah, it's just a toy. You see how he was holding it? Like he was acting like he was being a fool with it, like bro. He was holding it like he's like, look at it, like yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, he don't care about this
Like he
damn
might
trophy.
as well put it on his finger and did like that. Like
Yeah, and then also even so, after the game was over, usually the All Star MVP goes home with the statue for the trophy of the game and the award. They gave the award, they gave the statue the award, championship award to Kyrie to take home. So I
Hmm.
mean, like, there's no like everybody could. It was just in the air. You could just tell, like, bro, like y'all had Mr. Beast out there giving a kid a
100
hundred
grand.
thousand
Mm.
dollars to make a half court shot. I'm just saying,
look,
it's Black History Month, and y'all. Anyway, like I said, it's Black History Month, and y'all chose to do that instead of putting it towards an organization. Like,
right.
like I don't care if I don't care. Y'all could have had somebody that had the lowest 3-point shooting percentage try to make a NBA player. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, you got an NBA player with the lowest 3-point shooting percentage try to make a half court shot. He make it. It goes to the charity whether he makes it or not. But just the fact of it is, it's a thrill. Like, oh my god, like we're gonna make Shaq shoot a half court point. What the? Oh my god! But whatever. But like
So
I said,
let me ask y'all this now: should we scrap All-Star Weekend altogether?
No,
nah.
it has to be there. It gives something for people to look forward to midway through the season. So you got to keep it in there, but I think you just need to go back to basics. Maybe toughen up the players during the season, off season, and like maybe instigate some rivalry, right? Create some nemesis on the court, off the court, so that when y'all are competing during the season, halfway through the season, All-Star game come, it's like, yo, remember what you did? Remember what you said? All right, it's
So
game
what you
time.
said to my baby mother on Facebook?
What you said about my mama?
Los, what you think? Los, should we scrap the All-Star game? What you think?
No, I agree with Devon. I say go back to the basics. I think they've put a lot of filler in there. They kind of it's overcrowded with a bunch of stuff that it's unnecessary. Like when it was the East versus the West, like the competition was there because that's what it's going to be at the end of the day. Like there's going to be a West team and an East team that's going to be battling out for the championship at the end of the day. And I feel like they need to get back to the basics. I don't know why the changes were necessary. Now I am interested in the 1v1, like people have been talking about. That would be dope. But outside of that, I say go back to how it used to be.
Yeah, East versus West. It's the only way to make it back to normal because again, like the East versus West rivalry will forever be there, and y'all gotta allow that to be that. Like the West strong versus the East strong. That's it. And then it's crazy because both conferences are brolic. So like let them really duke it out that way versus like, oh, you pick and then I pick. Nah, bro. Like, nah. East versus West, bro.
All right. Well, I agree. I think they need to go back to basics. And like Lo said, man, at the end of the day, in the finals is going to be the East versus the West, anyways. So, and again, like what Rome said, the East is strong, the West is strong. Let them battle it out and
Fight.
really see, because then you're gonna have the OGs on the same team, anyways. LeBron, KD, and Steph gonna be on the same team, anyways, on the West. That's really what people want to see now because of the Olympics. They're like, oh, LeBron, KD, and Steph was crazy. They got to be on the same team every time. So you're going to see that. But
and they should add that, like I said earlier, like growing up, when the older guys, when I was on the YG team against the OG team, and the older guys was like lumped up in one team, it's like, ooh, now I get to kill all three of them. They need to put that fire back into the younger players so they could actually perform and entertain us. So
yeah, because you think about it now, like especially at their like level of play, and especially like they're getting to their spots regardless. With those type of players along with the younger all-stars behind them too, it's like now you can really see a passing of the torch type situation because it's like it wouldn't make sense if like LeBron playing on the same team as Jason Tatum. No, I want to see you go against Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, let me see what this passing of the torch would be like for like LeBron. Like, yo, I'm gonna throw the ball like for the last possession to Ant-Man. Oh, what's this about? All right, cool. And he win the game. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just like, yo, Giannis, he now gonna take over for the East. Like he gonna be really the most dominant player in the East. You know what I'm saying? Like we all know he is, but now we'll physically see it in the All-Star game. Like, damn, like yo, like Giannis is really that. Like, oh snap. So like I think they just need to go back to East versus West.
Yeah, I agree. 2025 Hall of Fame has been announced, and Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, Sue Bird, top of the class, man. Clap it up for them, man. Clap it up. Let's give it up.
Yeah.
Well deserved. Dwight Howard do not be getting the respect he deserved because he was a monster. He was a beast. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 8-time All-Star, NBA Finals champion.
Dunk
He went to
contest
the
champion.
finals against Kobe. Like, bruh,
Beat
come on.
LeBron.
He
Beat
got a lot
LeBron,
of joints. He got a lot of joints.
bruh. Dwight Howard, bro. Crazy, bro. And come on, Melo. Come on. Come on. Do I even need to speak on Melo?
Mister, you have to double team him.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You have to double team him.
Phone booth. Come on, man. I mean, think about it like this. Like, it's well deserved for Dwight Howard. I mean, you know, even though he's not part of the top 75, whatever case may be, but
And that's crap.
right, because he's top 100, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, Dwight Howard, you could pull his Wikipedia up. His resume just keep going and going and going and going. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, not for nothing, Dwight Howard is just as skilled coming into the NBA as LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like he owned up to not ever being a bust. So give that man his props. And this is exactly why he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, because he did what he needed to do. And it was just injuries that halted a lot of, things that could have been, you know what I'm saying? Like, for when he went to the Lakers and played with Kobe, you played with an aged out Steve Nash, but you also was injured. But you tried to be your best version of yourself, but you was injured. So I mean, bro, it's all right. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? And then for Melo, I love his story. Like he didn't win in the NBA like a championship, but he won in the NBA. And I mean like he won because of what he did, what he went through, came back and still stayed mellow is perfect. So like, just seeing these guys and then it's just for me, I truly love that for them because they stories is like kind of the same because they kind of went through some adversities, even though they veer off in different directions, but they just went through it and still came back on top. So that's why, like, I feel like for them, these for them being Hall of Famers is really special to see because not for nothing, people could write them off if they wanted to, but because you did, they game said it. They game says it. You can't.
Mhm.
And we're not just talking about highlights. Watching them play game by game is like, oh, these guys are the real deal. They
Yeah.
are the real deal.
Yeah. Shout out to Melo. Shout out to Dwight Howard. Also, too, I want to give a big shout out to the NBA actually putting the WNBA on the forefront. I don't know if you guys peeped on
was nice,
All-Star
yeah.
Weekend. They was really involved. The
Mhm.
logo was on everything. Candace Parker was a part of the being the coach.
Mhm.
They had a lot of WNBA commercials on. The rebranding of the WNBA has been fantastic. Like the
Yeah.
women are really
They were
getting
doing a good job.
the eyes they deserve. So shout out to the NBA doing a good job. Adam Silver, thank you because the women deserve it. They are just as nice as the men,
Mhm.
and they're doing incredible. And Unrivaled, shout out to Unrivaled too. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
great league. That one-on-one tournament was lit.
That was
lit. Girls was getting fried on it. That was lit.
Mhm.
And they
And the
got the
NBA,
people talking.
yeah, exactly. And the NBA need to take notes on
Yeah.
that for sure.
Because they would, Aaliyah Edwards, she is a beast. And I didn't realize, like, because I'm be honest with you, I didn't watch every episode of Unrivaled. So I say watching the highlights. And when I went online and like I seen like, all the things that she won, I'm like, dang, like yo, you was cooking.
who are you?
Like you beating Nafisa Collier. Like she was just in the finals last season, but then you also smoked the champ. So I'm like, oh my goodness, like yeah, like I'm talking about like not even smoke. Let me rephrase that. You smothered, fried, died, and laid to the side, Stewie. Okay,
You know what's crazy? Not even all the best players in the WNBA is playing. That's
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. I think that's just so
That's
fire.
crazy.
You got
Unrivaled is
You got the
tough.
bench. You got the bench players or the players that's not getting the most minutes come in and really do their thing,
Turn
which makes it.
all the way up.
Yo, that's what I'm trying to say. Like from 1 to 15, like you never know who gonna be there and be like, oh my goodness, like you had that in your game all this long, but because of XYZ, we never seen this now. But
Mhm.
now I get to see you in full action. I can't wait to plug you into the system now. Because
Yeah,
now,
man.
if when Aaliyah Edward go play in the league, if we don't see her get a 1-on-1 possession, I'm gonna be mad.
Right.
Mhm.
Facts.
I'm gonna be
Because now
Facts.
mad.
you know what she could do.
Like,
And
Mhm.
and it's not like you ain't see it at practice, but now the world's
right,
seeing it. The
right.
world's seeing it. So now you got to
Let
put it
her get
on.
on her island. Let her get on her island with somebody like, oh, she cooked Breonna Stewart. Like, she cooked her. Let her get on the island with somebody. Let her get on.
Unrivaled is a great platform because it really gets to give exposure to those women who really put in hard work to craft in their craft and how they just like their skill sets.
Yeah.
The Unrivaled now gives them the platform to do that, and then technically it can branch into the league. So now people who've seen Unrivaled is like, oh, put her in, right? Remember when you're in high school or college and they put the guy who don't get that many minutes, that was me, on the court. The whole team is rooting for you. The crowd is rooting for you because they know. So I think this is a blessing in disguise, and I just hope that they take this to the level that it should and give those women the opportunity to showcase their talents to entertain the people that want to see it.
Yeah. And then also too, like now thinking about it, even so from when the WNBA starts, the league is so balanced now. Like all of these trades that they just made, the WNBA league is balanced. So now you're gonna see these players have to step up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like this unrivaled league made it very clear. Like, okay, we got to go in this direction
Right.
because again, you got like a Juju Watkins coming in. Like she's one of the best one-on-one players I've ever seen as a girl. Like, so make way for that. You know what I'm saying? Now we're about to ISO. I'm gonna
Yep.
fry you. You
The
know what I'm
gems
saying?
been polished now. The gems is coming out of the
Yeah, they're
jewel
coming
box.
out.
Let's polish these up and
Hmm.
let's put it on display.
That's
Yes,
it.
sir. So now we gearing up for our next segment. Rome, we got a who today? We got a who?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We got a who. So we gearing up for that who. Let's get it.
Going on, y'all? Today it's your boy 3 a.m. and I'm here today to talk to you guys about a player that we all do know, and he also was a former Orlando Magic, my man Aaron Aflalo. Now, Aaron Aflalo was definitely a round one pick, 2007. Mm, 27th pick. Okay, kind of, but still at the end of the day, those be the gems. Those be the gems for real. Aaron Aflalo was having some of his best seasons in Orlando, averaging almost 17 points a game. He is one of your favorite hoopers, and he also did have a steady run with the New York Knicks, too. Aaron Aflalo is one of those guys, he could come off the screen and let it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, hey, you put your hands down, what they said, man down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I said, Aaron Aflalo, man, one of them hidden gems again that's flew under the radar on many teams. I mean, didn't come out with a ring, but hey, listen, he had everybody rocking in them stadiums, man.
Yes, sir. That was a good who. Aaron Aflalo was definitely a bucket. Yes, sir. Yeah, so we got one more thing we want to address real quick. Did you guys listen to Drake's new album? This is off topic, but did you guys listen to Drake's new album? If y'all didn't, it's
I
cool. If
heard
y'all did,
I heard a little something. I like Drake, so what he does is I'm gonna have a
a biased opinion.
I'm gonna have a biased opinion. So it's like you can't ask me.
All right, I feel the same way. So we're gonna ask Los in 3 a.m. Actually, we're gonna give them the screen actually and let them say what they heard Drake's album. Let's see what's up. So what's up?
Yeah, you got first, Los, because I'm
All right.
long winded.
Yeah. No, it's all good. So yeah, when we were prepping for the show, I just thought it was only fitting that we brought this up because I missed the last episode when we talked about the Super Bowl halftime show. And I was like, all right, so we gotta talk about this album. All right. I listened to it. it was all right at best. It wasn't what I expected from him. I do wish it was a solo album. I'll say that. Um, so I don't know if that takes away from the performance of the album that it was a collab. But for me, it's not it. It's definitely a benchum for me.
Mm. So I was listening to it today because I was kind of like I didn't want to fall into the the hype like oh Drake.
Mm,
I usually do that with every album. Like I hear
yeah.
that come out. Like every time
Mm,
somebody drop an album, like I'll wait a few days and like let it like simmer down and then like see if like people still talking about it. And then I'm like, okay, let me go in there and really be unbiased.
mm,
So I was listening to it today and there was a few songs that did pop out to me like Mothballs was cool. Crying
mm,
in Chanel, I liked a lot. Crying in Chanel was fire to me. The Spider-Man Superman John was a little it was different, but it was hard to me. And then what was that song that everybody liked? Give Me a Hug was cool because it was a little disrespectful.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it was disrespectful. That's why I mean I'm for that, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
I was cool on that. And then I think one song that I did like, well, two songs that I did like the most was Lasers
mhm.
and Meet Your Padre. That song had me weak.
Oh
So,
man.
so I was in tears listening to that. I'm like, yo, bro, what? But at the same token, it's like it's Drake. So, he's very for me, what this album did, it just gave me the reassurance that Drake is just an entertainer at the end of the day. You know
Mhm,
what I'm saying? Like he's an entertaining rapper. And not for nothing, like I really listened to this album because one, I'm a diehard, hardcore Party Next Door fan. Like I don't care what nobody say about Party Next Door. I'm gonna listen to Party Next Door. Now I like I love Drake music too. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, because of what's going on in the world, like, oh fuck
oh
Drake.
yeah, yeah.
Nah. But for me, it's just like the Drake that I know and I listen to, not for nothing, he sound worn out.
Mm,
Like in his songs, he sound worn out. Like it sound like that deal he signed to get that Bad Bunny music money, like doing tours after tour after tour, stadium after stadium after stadium. You can hear it weighing down on him. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell, like, I got mixing ears, Kev got mixing ears, so we listen to music differently. Some of the songs I'm listening on my monitors, I'm like, yo, he sound a little worn out. Like, you could tell some of the stuff, like, you could tell, like, some of the songs he already pre recorded a while ago. And then some that's kind of like, I'm gonna do this real quick, I'm gonna pump this out real quick. But for me, I just feel like this album, not for nothing, isn't like one of those, like, higher ranking double platinum type of situations. Nah,
mm,
it's a good joint to listen to. Like it's one of those like yo, like down the line, like maybe months later, like it's heaters on there. Like if you listen to it now and you listen to it later, like oh, this is crazy. But yeah, I mean, I liked it, but it's not the dark Toronto sound that I thought everybody said it was. Because if you really know that dark Toronto sound, you got to listen to Party Next Door. Drake is not the dark Toronto sound. Party
mm.
Next Door is the dark Toronto sound. So that's why I'm saying like, all right, y'all was kind of dragging it, but I mean, it's cool. I like it.
All right, so I'm gonna let me and D take the screen now, and I'm gonna let Dev go first because I'm gonna be a little long winded on this. So I'm gonna let Dev go first.
Yeah.
see,
Look,
see.
I'm a Drake fan, right? So like even some of the songs that Rome mentioned, like the way I the skill he has with what he does with his words, just when he's like he could be a lyricist to me. So I like what he does with the wordplay and even how he flexes on the beat, the rhythm he uses. I'm not that musically inclined like you and Rome are in regards to like listening to music, but what I am capable of doing as a like consumer or somebody that's listening to his music, it's like yo, he's actually he's doing he's doing what I would call what Jay-Z's doing, right? So Jay-Z was able to um like play with the words and turn it into a story form. And people love storytelling. he has that gift where he's able to mix his words into the story and then make you, even if you never experienced it, you can actually see what he's trying to paint out. So
Mm-hmm.
look, that's one of the reasons why I can be like, yo, Drake is alright. So
Yeah.
that's me.
I agree with that definitely for sure. I would just say for this album, I think the album was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't anything mind blowing. Oh, it's not a Pulitzer Prize winner or anything like that. I just think it's good. I think it's like volume. Drake is just pumping out music for his fans. And the album was for his fans specifically. Like him and Party Next Door support group. That's something that they were just trying to put out for their fans. Like Rome said, I think Meet Your Padre, I think that song is like fire to me because of how funny it is. Like, because before the whole thing happened with Kendrick, the whole culture vulture, you don't have no accents to sell me or whatever. If that never would have been said, that song would have been fire. Like, period. That song would have been fire, period. Because he already did this type of style of music with Bad Bunny 2 times over. So it's not new. And then I just think where they missed for me is that they called it like an R&B album for the ladies, and it was a lot of like kind of just
Not
rap.
R&B.
Right, like not. And us growing up in the 90s and 80s, we hearing R&B, we thinking R&B,
Slow jam.
R&B,
Yeah.
Ronnie, Bobby Brown,
Yeah.
we
but
thinking
it wasn't that.
R&B, Party Next Door, R&B, but we got a kind of a mix of like what
New
people would
school.
consider R&B is now. So to me, it's cool. Like, it's something to listen to. It's definitely something that's gonna grow on people later. Like, people are gonna be going back to this album and going, you know what? That album was kind of fire. Yeah, that album was kind of fire. But that Die Trying is fire. Don't sleep. Telling y'all, don't sleep. That little pop record they did, that don't sleep. That song's fire.
I didn't get there yet.
Bro, don't sleep. That song is already banging all over corporate fitness right now. It's banging right now.
That's what I was saying. Like,
they playing that.
The album is not terrible. That's what I was saying. It's one of those like, yo, I'm gonna sleep on this and I'm gonna come back and then be like, oh, this is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
it's
the album from you, Room, where you like, I listen to 1 or 2 songs and then I'll come back and listen to the others.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, and even so, like, what Kev saying, like, oh, I'm looking for that R&B sound. Like, me and Kev know what we talking about when we say that, because we know Party Next Door type of music.
Right,
so I'm sitting here like, I bet I'm more excited to hear the album because it's Party Next Door. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. So when I heard it, I'm like, I'm looking for him to be like doing like riffs and runs and falsetto. Like, I'm looking for all this, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like you wow, like his 4 album, like I'm looking for that times Drake with it. So I'm like, oh, this about to be crazy. But I'm like,
yeah,
hey, gang, what? So I'm like, oh,
I think
like,
it was. I think they did a good job at playing it safe, but I think they should have did. Party does a lot of the R&B singing and Drake does a lot of the featuring. Like, he does a lot of the verses on it. I think they should have went that route, but they did a good job playing it safe because nobody's overpowering. Nobody.
Wait,
Drake did majority of the album.
Kev, what do you mean by playing it safe? Like, in regards to like competing with one another? Not
yes.
necessarily.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if you think about it like this, right? A great example of what the album should have sounded like is the song "Recognize" by him and Party Next Door. So like, it's supposed to sound, the album's supposed to sound cold, it's supposed to sound like cold, warm, sexy, but just yet like, the in between, like, yo, it's like, all right, is you feel me? I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for that. Like, okay, you drop it on Valentine's Day, everybody outside trying to make a baby. Like,
so if they didn't market it as a R&B joint, you would just be like, yo, this is alright.
I think for me, that was a big like,
it was a misstep.
Yeah, misstep. Yeah, because you say sexy songs for you. I'm like, okay, bet. Like Valentine's Day, this is about the
me and my wife about to get
right.
And he like, yeah, let's play this new Drake.
But you know what, too, Carlos? I think that was strategic though. I think that was a shoe-in to get people to listen to it because of the history of what happened last year. People are so like adamant of like if either one of them drop, they just want to hear what they got to say about each other. That's what
Yeah.
everybody's looking for. Oh, new Kendrick. I wonder if he dissed Drake. Oh, new Drake. I wonder what he said back about Kendrick. So I think him saying like, "Yo, this is an R&B album for the ladies," had ladies like, "Oh, they care about us again.
Yeah.
Oh, let's listen to it. Let's
It
listen
seems
to
That
it."
would be smart, and then it offsets the oh, this album got to be about the beef. Nah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I'm not even there.
Not even so, because like even if you like, you know, you listen to the song "Give Me a Hug," right? "Give Me a Hug" is a diss track, but
It is.
because
It
he
is.
put that R&B sample at the end,
Mhm.
it made it
Mhm.
kind of like, oh,
Like, are you
this is
dissing
for
me?
girls. Like,
Nah,
you feel me? Like
this is for the
the girls,
ladies.
like the ladies go love this, but like, yo, you made a diss track on this John. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, but
I
it's
think
just
the
That's what I
first,
mean.
I don't think it was a diss. I think it was just him saying like,
how he felt.
I think it was him saying like, "Yo, forget this rap beef. I'm trying to turn the club up." Like, I think that was his way of like getting people to like forget it. Like,
Yeah.
he could still rap. He's still nice. Kendrick won the beef. I'm just trying to turn the club up now.
So
And I
he
think,
I think that's what, and that's what I mean about Drake being nice. Like, he could bow out gracefully, and not necessarily gracefully. He just be like, all right, cool, you won, and then just be off and do what
Yeah.
he know he's capable of
So,
doing. So
It wasn't a diss track towards Kendrick 100%, but he did diss Joe Button. So like,
oh,
I
that
mean, but I mean, he did
it's
this.
Joe Button. Like,
He dissed Joe Budden because they have just a weird, like, they just
yeah,
have a
it's
weird
just like
relationship.
it's just like he's like old nigga, young nigga vibe. Like between
Yeah,
them.
yeah. But people was looking for that Kendrick diss on that album. That's
Yeah,
all I
It
saw on
was
my algorithm.
fiending.
They was like, oh, he said not like them, not like us. Oh, that's a diss. It's like,
like,
what?
Stop.
Like, that's just a
Stop.
line. Like, what?
that's what I'm saying. Just
He's
listen
just
to
trying to
the
do the
music.
turn a hotline into a hot song, kind of like, all
Yeah,
right,
right,
bro.
right. Cause I
I
was
ain't gonna
like,
lie, that Nokia was alright. I ain't gonna lie.
nah,
It was,
Nokia go crazy. I'm telling
it
y'all,
was
don't
alright. I
sleep,
like.
To
bro.
the
I gotta
album.
listen to it again, bro. Like,
Don't sleep, bro. I'm telling y'all, that album gonna grow on y'all. I'm telling
I
you.
gotta listen to something more than once for me to really claim and stamp it. That's why.
That's me. That's
Bro,
me.
every day I'm finding a new song. I'm like, yo, this is all right, right? Every day I'm finding a new song. Like, this all right right here. Telling y'all, man. Los look like he got a lot to say. Go ahead, fill us in, man. Let me give you the screen, man.
I won't play it again. Personally, like I said, Drake has a good, like, solid discography, and this is definitely at the bottom. So yeah, it just wasn't for me. Beef aside, I know me and Kev, we throw shots back and forth about the whole beef thing or whatnot, but for me personally, like, it's I want Drake to rap. I want Drake to rap. I want Drake to rap, and I feel like they kind of playing my boy Cole a little bit too, because he bowed out. So I don't know.
I feel like because I was talking to my boy L,
Mm.
and he kind of made it make sense. He was like, "Yo, Drake need to make music about like just being like not caring no more." You know what I'm saying? Like in a sense, like he said Drake make music to try to be from every hood. And I was just like, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, he kind of do. He said, yo, bro, think about it, son. He said every feature he had, next to he in a city doing a song talking about he from there, he sanctioned, and he stamped. And I'm like, yeah, that is kind of true. He's like, bro, Drake need to just go back to making the music that he knows how to make himself, and then everything will be like fine. He said, because like, not for nothing, like you kind of got exploited through that. Like you go through other cities, you learn their cultures, and then you turn around and be like, yeah, I'm sanctioned in this city. And not for nothing, everybody does that once they travel somewhere and they feel like they're loved there. Cool, no problem. He said, but then now it's kind of getting to the point where it's kind of like tiresome. So it's like you're gonna run out of stuff to start doing. So go back to the roots. So like I feel like if Drake was to go back to the roots, like you know
He'll
what I'm
come out
saying?
like a dog.
Right,
He
like
definitely would come
October's
out like a
very
dog.
own Drake. You know, what I'm sorry if you missed this or not. Like Drake, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the stuff where we was like, oh, he different. You know what I'm saying? Because even like Scorpion was hard. Scorpion was one of my favorite albums too. So like if you go back to that far or the one where he had his pops on the front of the cover, You know, those albums was kind of fire. Like even Views was hard too because not for nothing, the style was different, right? But like if he was to go back, not to say like go back fully that way and reanimate that style, but just to like go back and create because Drake is a trend setting type of person. He could set a trend real quick. So if he could go back and really create his own wave again, which is he can, you know what I'm saying? He has the ability to do that. I feel like this will really break him apart from what everybody's trying to call him, which would be like a culture vulture, right? Like he like, all right, whatever, bro. Like we all done it, bro. Like we all took something from something and was like, this my shit. You know what I'm saying? But if Drake was to go and really lock in, which is like after his deal is up with this, management he with now because they frying him with these tours. But when he gets some time to really sit down and really be like, let me make some music that really means something to me. Like, let me really create one more timeless album, like one more. That right there will really set him apart. And then like he'll be fine because um that Worst Behavior album was one of his greatest albums too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nothing was the same. Great album.
Right. Nothing was never
I
the
just
same
want to
with one of
say,
his albums.
I just want to say a quote from Jay-Z. If you want to hear old Jay-Z, go buy Jay-Z old albums, because you guys got to remember too, like these guys grow too, right? Like they grow up and they do different things. So like Drake, not saying this is true, but I just feel like Drake might not be in that place anymore where he can
Yeah.
do that, because he's not. When he was doing those albums, he was not the caliber artist he was. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't as big as he is. He's not dating the same women. He's not around the same people. He's definitely not around the same people now.
Yeah.
He don't got the same backing with the industry behind him as much anymore. So it's just different. It's like when Jay-Z made 444, a lot of people didn't like the album because Jay-Z was rapping about what he was going through now.
At that
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
like
And I remember when me and Dev, we heard the album in the car with Arsony that day when it first came out.
Right.
And Arsony was like, our boy, he was like, I don't like the album. And me and Dev like, this is high. This is fire.
Crazy.
Nah, he's talking about Picasso, this and that. And it's like, you got to understand, that's the life he lives now.
He's a billionaire. Like
Yeah, he's
Right.
the fact, and I think again in regards to the creativity, he's that creative that I'm far from a billionaire, but he's still able to reach me with his music because he's able to allow me to tap into at least get a glimmer of that. Like, oh,
right. Yep.
all right. So,
But I
just
mean,
his artistic skill.
Because he's not like with Jay-Z situation. Because even Jay-Z took a shot at Drake. Because Drake was saying the same thing that Rome's saying now. Drake was saying that we not feeling your music no more because we can't relate to it. And Jay-Z said to Drake, sorry, Drizzy, about the art that I actually buy. Like, because this is what I'm doing now. So they actually had a banter talking about
his
that.
life, right?
Yeah, and like to me, like I get, like everybody keeps saying I want that old Drake, this, that. I get it, but it's hard to make somebody do that because their life is not the same.
nah,
So
yeah,
it's hard. Like it's like somebody saying to me, like, oh, I want that Willis Love and vibe. And it's like I can't give you that vibe anymore because my life is so different now. And I understand what artists are going through when they do that. Like I really understand that. And it's hard to create those timeless kind of old records when you was talking about you from Marcy and you selling drugs and doing this and doing that. It's just different now. Drake got hella girls and Billy, he got a jet, money. So what he gonna talk about? Jet, money, girls.
That's what I'm saying. His source material changed. Like, not for nothing. Like, at one point his source material was the younger demographic, which was us, right? Then we got older, right? And he still was using us. Then, like, when it got to like 2017, 2018, we all starting to fill in the gap because we starting to now like be like, yo, we kind of older but like still younger, but like we're working in the world, right? So his source material got younger again. He pushed back, right? But now everybody's like, time is going so fast for Drake and life period itself. It's just like, damn, like who do I really like who do I stick out to? That's why I think he went overseas and started branching out to other different genres because it makes sense. Like, oh, let me go grab a reggae artist. Let me go hop on a Spanish artist. Let me go do this. Let me do that. You know what I'm saying? Because now the demographic in the United States, because remember, his music was heavily based in the United States. The demographic was changing because when the young kids started to become crash outs and listening to this crash out music and this deep voice demonic music, like nobody want to hear Drake doing that. Like if you would have heard Drake doing something like that, you'd been like, "Ah, you being huff. I'm not listening to you no more." You know what I'm saying? So he
Yeah.
changed, like you said, right? Like he changed, like you said, which makes sense. But now what I'm saying is, remember Drake core fans is like us. Like we're his core fans. We grew up with Drake. We see him on Degrassi, and now we see him for where he is. Like we grew up together. We're his core fans. You know what I'm saying? So if he make music for us, he's gonna lose mad money. So that's the thing. So it's kind of hard for him to really kind of gauge, like, dang, like, do I make like that older talk about some rich stuff, or or do I just like kind of stay in between? And I feel like that's what he's doing right now. Like he's playing it safe. He's staying in between. She's not trying to go too old, but he's not trying to stay too young because it's just a lot to be able to manage that, like you said, as an artist. Because when we get in that mode, it's just like, all right, what direction am I going now? Because remember, at the end of the day, what you're doing as an artist is trying to appease your crowd, number one,
The
but
audience,
also
right?
to appease your crowd, but also to convey your message across your music. So that's the thing that's kind of hard because we could say like right now, like for example, like I could make a song about partying in the club, and I ain't partied in the club in 15 years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What am I gonna talk about? Popping bottles and throwing champagne? Nobody does that no more. Everybody's in a lounge now. Like everybody's too bougie. You know what I'm saying? So like you go to the club sweating, you look nasty. So I,
Mm-hmm.
What are
I
you
don't know what's
doing?
going on no more. Like, I don't even want to step foot in the club. I just might sweat too hard.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different.
It's different times, man. Different times call for different measures, man. And fellas, we a little over time, so I just want to say this last piece. Kendrick Lamar, we love you on the show. Drake, we love you on the show. Congratulations on your album. Kendrick Lamar, congratulations on your performance with the Super Bowl. We wish you all the success. Shout out to my panel tonight.
Sir, yes, sir.
We out. Peace.